This video is a quick guide to Elbesee and Siesta embroidery frames. I use these every day and they're really just the exact thing that you need for working with, because both of them help you get your hands free. So the Elbesee hoops have an integrated stick, so there's the hoop and then it's attached to a stick. This one I've covered the hoop both sides with strips of calico, just torn strips of calico, and then stitch them in place, because this gives a really good grip on the fabric as we're working in it. So that's a first tip right there, and then you can see that that is the stick there. These products are made of beechwood. Beechwood is famous for not warping, so because it doesn't absorb moisture as much. I can use a Twizzler or a screwdriver to tighten up the fabrics. So you should make sure your fabric is absolutely drubbed tight before you use it. This is a barrel clamp which attaches to your tabletop. It will fit most tabletops, but unless it's a very deep one, of course. So it will fit onto the table. You then tighten it with that screw, and then you can put the stick of the hoop in it, move it up and down to suit your height. Okay, and there we go. And then we just tighten this up to keep the position as you prefer it. So there we go. So that's the table barrel clamp, which I use all the time. I prefer it. And because you use both hands free for stitching is a game changer. It really is. So just also show you the seat frame, also made by Elbesee. So instead of this, what you would do is slide the stick into the seat frame, and then the sort of flat wooden paddle shape at the bottom, you can just slide that either between your legs or under your bottom, and you sit on it, and then that will then stabilize the frame. So Elbesee also make these. So this is a clamp. It's also got the stick. So if your embroidery hoops or frames are not from this manufacturer, you can use this to put your hoop in and clamp it still. So it will it's a good adjustable depth to it, so it will hold most frames. That will also fit into either the barrel clamp, holding your own hoop, or the seat frame. So that's amazing. They do sell them in packs of 6, 8 and 10-inch hoops. They come together with a seat frame, and quite often the clamps and the barrel clamps are separately. So this is the Siesta bar frame system. So these are little wooden sticks basically, which come in all different sizes, so you can make a frame to fit the piece of fabric you have basically. There are tiny ones that are like 3 inches long to make a miniature frame, all the way up to quite a lot longer. So you can, they all interlock together with a dovetail at the corners, like so, and that holds them nice and securely. And the way you work with these is that you use thumbtacks. So I'm just going to frame up my Edinburgh linen, which is 35 threads per inch. And we're going to use this in a blackwork project, but just to show this being firmed up. So I've got my Siesta frame underneath, and I've got my box of thumbtacks. So to begin with, I'm going to find the centre of one of the ends. You can either drive your thumbtacks into the top or into the side of the frame. If you do it just over the edge, like I'm about to show you, there's not a lot of difference, but my threads are less likely to catch if they're slightly out of the way. but I'm going to start in the centre of each side. So I've done one side and then I'm going to the opposite side, as you can see here. Now I'm going to put one in the centre of the left and right hand sides. So I'll pop this one in and then turn the frame over, pull the fabric tight, just in that position. There we go. I'm just giving it a little tug to make it tight, and then another thumbtack. Make sure these thumbtacks go all the way into the wood, otherwise the fabric won't be held correctly. So I mean that is a slight disadvantage of this, but once you get it lots of pins in, it's going to be really quite nicely tight. I also like it. Also, yes, make sure the grain is straight while you pin this out. So Edinburgh linen, the grain is very easy to see. So what I'm doing is I'm just straightening it out, and that thumbtack goes between the edge of the frame and the thumbtack in the middle. And I'll do the same on the right hand side of it, just there. And then what I'll do is go to the opposite end, and then because I've got something to pull against now, I'm going to put some thumbtacks in the same position there, and then that's starting to get tight. What I'll do immediately after this, because I'll just let you watch this building up, is that once I've got that one in and the one on the right, to the right of that central one, I'm going to do the side. So I'll put 2 more tacks in one side and then the opposing side. So we build it up, so we just keep doing it. We keep putting a pin equidistant between 2 other pins on one side, turn it round, do its opposing side, and then the other 2 ends. So let's watch. So once all the thumbtacks are in, I can use the little clamp that comes with the Elbesee system to attach this to one of the sides of my embroidery. Then I can fix it into a barrel clamp or a seat frame. So that's what I'm going to do next. So that means that once I've done that, I can quite happily start embroidering, knowing that my little frame, my little siesta frame, is held nice and securely. So I'm just going to show you how this goes on. There you go. If you unscrew the wing nut a little bit just to allow the clamp to go in. There it is. If I show you from this side, that's it. That there is like a little a nub that comes up which needs to be located in a certain place. You'll see if you get these, and then you can tighten it up, and that is fairly tight. So that's good. So now it can go into the barrel clamp, attached to your table, ready for you to start stitching, or into the seat frame. So there they go, siesta frames, Elbesee frames. Frequently imitated but never surpassed, so buy the originals.